The next topic at hand today is Deepor Beel eco-sensitive zone. Now यहाँ पे दो important चीजें, first one is Deepor Beel and the second one is eco-sensitive zones. Deepor Beel is a wetland area in Guwahati. अगर आप गुवाहाटी में रहते हैं या अगर आप गुवाहाटी गए होंगे तो आपने देखा भी होगा कि when you enter गुवाहाटी, है ना, तो you cross a bridge and you will see a wetland area of very vast spans and उस wetland के opposite एक hill है. तो वो wetland area जो है वही दीपोर बिल है and is a very one of the very important sites, ठीक है, for waterfowl of course. तो why are we studying? Because it has been declared as an eco-sensitive zone. Now another important point from UPSC perspective या exam point of view is कि eco-sensitive zones are declared under which law? For example, there can be a question that an eco-sensitive zone is declared under which of the following laws? Options can be Wildlife Protection Act 1972, Water Conservation Act 1981, Water Conservation Act 1974 sorry, or Air Conservation Act 1981 या Environmental Protection Act 1986. तो यहाँ पे most people get confused कि eco-sensitive zone is for preservation of like wildlife and all, तो maybe Wildlife Protection Act है. तो but that is not the correct answer. Eco-sensitive zones are declared under the Environment Protection Act 19 of 1986. EPA 1986 के अंडर में डिक्लेयर किया था eco-sensitive zone. See, Wildlife Protection Act 1972 exclusively deals with flora and fauna का protection. That means if an animal or a plant specifically is being protected by law, that will come under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. If any law deals with pollution, that might come under the Water Pollution Act or Air Pollution Act, or it can also come under the Environmental Protection Act 1986. So we need to observe कि what kind of different trends are there. ठीक है, and EPA 1986 is a very holistic law that deals with all kind of ecosystem services. ठीक है, तो Environmental Protection Act, it is a very broad law. So that is why we are dealing with this eco-sensitive zones. अब एक और बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट इको-सेंसिटिव जोन्स के बारे में इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि वेस्टर्न घाट्स को पूरे वेस्टर्न घाट्स को इको-सेंसिटिव जोन डिक्लेयर कर देने के लिए गाडगिल कमेटी का रिकमेंडेशन था कि वी शुड डिक्लेयर द एंटायर वेस्टर्न घाट एज इको-सेंसिटिव जोन्स. अब ऐसा क्यों हुआ, है ना, कि व्हाई द थॉट? बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स ऑफ द थ्रेट परसेप्शन ऑफ द इको वेस्टर्न घाट्स. But what kind of protection does the eco-sensitive zone provides? Eco-sensitive zones can be declared. Now, if you talk about the eco-sensitive zones first, है ना, eco-sensitive zones are those zones which are ecologically fragile areas. ठीक है, they are declared within the 10-kilometer range of a protected area like wildlife sanctuary or a national park. ठीक है, मतलब for example you can see this like border, this line is a border of a national park. ठीक है, this like thick line is a border of a national park and the area around this line, है ना, 10 kilometer का area, that has been declared as an eco-sensitive zone. Eco-sensitive zone restricts any kind of development areas, construction areas, ठीक है, and this is declared by MoEFCC, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. ठीक है, तो this is not declared by state government. ये भी बहुत important चीज है. This is declared by MoEFCC. In case places with sensitive corridors, connectivity in ecologically important patches crucial for. Okay, it is declared around 10 kilometer areas फॉर अ प्रोटेक्टिव जोन. मतलब अगर कोई नेशनल पार्क या वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी है तो उसके अराउंड 10 किलोमीटर एरियाज के पेरिफेरी को इको सेंसिटिव जोन डिक्लेयर करके वी कैन मेक द एरिया मोर सेफ. ओके, बट इन केस द गवर्नमेंट बिलीव्स दैट अ लार्जर एरिया नीड्स टू बी प्रोटेक्टेड, तो ये 10 किलोमीटर का एरिया कैन बी स्ट्रेस्ड ऑल्सो. ओके, तो दैट इज द बेसिक कंसेप्ट ऑफ इको सेंसिटिव जोन्स. Now again back to Deepor Beel. ठीक है, now Deepor Beel is where is it located? Guwahati, of course. This is the map. Why it has been declared as an eco-sensitive zone? Because of the, of course, a very high threat perception of this area. It is, first of all, it is a wetland just outside the city of Guwahati. Guwahati is a very fastly developing city. Okay, so Guwahati का major sewage discharge goes into the Deepor Beel. Okay, and the Guwahati city does not have a sewage treatment plant also. The second important point is Deepor Beel. This area is also an elephant corridor, okay, where the elephant movement takes place regularly. The third important point is it also is severely threatened because of this railway line, this railway track that runs across this Beel only. Okay. So this railway track, of course, limits the elephant movement first, and it also leads to a higher encroachment into this Deepor Beel area. And now the government is also planning to pass a road from the very same area. Okay. So to protect the ecological character of this Deepor Beel, it has been declared as what? Now it has been declared as a eco-sensitive zone. Okay. Now, why is it important? Deepor Beel is a freshwater lake situated on the southern west of Guwahati city in Assam state. It is a bird sanctuary. It has been declared by Assam government as a bird sanctuary. Now, bird sanctuary Assam government ने declare कर दिया. That means state governments can also declare national parks and all these things under the provisions of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. In November 2002, it was listed as a Ramsar Site due to its rich wetland biodiversity. Ramsar Site are those sites which are wetland areas, first of all, which have a high value, high ecological value, and a high threat perception. Okay. So BirdLife International has also declared Deepor Beel as an important bird area. Okay. तो ये बहुत important area है already. As I told, wetlands are very important part of our ecology because they are very they constitute the habitat of the waterfowl or birds. ठीक है, तो that is why they are very important. Now यहाँ पे threats क्या है? No sewage treatment plant for Guwahati, increased agricultural encroachment, fishing activities, of course. The burden of people is increasing on the wetland. Expanding Guwahati city, and the bee is a part of elephant habitat. ठीक है, तो of course this needs higher degree of protection. Major birds that are found in Deepor Beel area is lesser adjutant stork, greater adjutant stork, spot-billed pelican, and slender-billed vulture. These four are very important. You need to look about the vulnerability status of all these, and you should note it down because these are very important birds from the perspective of UPSC exam. Now it has also been declared Ramsar Site in 2002. So Ramsar Site have 3-4 main points that I have made. The first one is wise use, sustainable development, high threat perception, and Montreux Record. Montreux Record में वो Ramsar sites होती हैं जिनका threat perception इतना high है कि उनका ecological character ही threatened है. Okay, तो Montreux Record में वो वाली सारी Ramsar sites रखी जाती हैं. इंडिया में recently 46 Ramsar sites हो गई हैं. Ramsar sites are very important. There was a question in an exam conducted on 5th of the September about the Ramsar sites, and the question had the point that India has 76 Ramsar sites, and the answer is here, no, India has only 46 Ramsar sites. Okay. The 4 recently added are Thol and Vadwan in Gujarat and Sultanpur and Bhindwasa in Haryana. So I hope you understood. There are 46 Ramsar sites in India. It's a very important point from prelims point of view. So it is important that you remember that there are 46, and recently we have added a lot. So you need to also remember which one have been added recently. Okay. So that is all about Deepor Beel.